Hi guys, Aka here. This is a quick video and I'm gonna show you how I hit the world boss. Hopefully that will be able to give you some pointers to help you score better when you take your turn at hitting the world boss. So let's find the boss on the map. Where is it? There it is. Okay, and we port over. All right. So the first thing that we need to do is decide what troops we're using. And from what I've seen so far, for all the world bosses, the Scorpion, the Behemoth King, Lord of Lava, the best troops to use is mounted troops. That's the experience I've had so far. The only exception is the Bird of Hurricane. For the Bird of Hurricane, ground troops are better for that one. So now that we know what troops we're using, let's pick our general. And the important thing here is not just your general, but it's also your assistant general. So in my case, I'm using Hannibal. That's my main mounted general. And the assistant that I have for Hannibal is Sun Ce. There he is there. But this is the assistant that I use for PvP. Ideally, you would want to have a different assistant when you hit the world boss. And that's because you don't want them booked with PvP books. You want them booked with monster books. So for my case, I'm going to be using, where is he? There he is. Sanada Yukimura. I have him booked with all monster mounted books and he's pretty much good to go. Just so you see what I'm talking about, I'm going to do one hit with Sun Ce as the assistant and then another hit with Sanada and you can see the difference. Okay, let's get them up. There's Hannibal, Sun Ce as the assistant. Load up the troops, take the hit. Okay? So, with Sun Ce, I scored 54 million points. 54,900,000. Okay, now we go with Sanada. Come here, change the assistant to Sanada that I have booked with the monster books. There we go. Load up the same troops, do the hit. Okay, and there you see 62 million with Sanada. So I score more with Sanada having him booked with the monster books than I do with my regular PvP assistant. So I'll be using Hannibal and Sanada to hit the world boss. Then the next thing that you want to do is decide what tier of troops you're using. Ideally, you would want to use your highest tier troops. However, in my case, my highest tier troops, T14 troops, I don't have that many of them. I have more T13 than I have T14. So I'm going to be primarily using T13 as the main troops that I'm going to be hitting with. And just to show you what I'm talking about, the last hit I did with Sanada, that was with full T13. So this march was full of T13. I'm going to do it now with T14 as the main, and I'll add T13 for whatever difference is left. So let's go. Change to Sanada for the assistant. Come here, load up my T14s, finish off with T13, take the hit. Okay? And as you can see, 58 million. So I scored better with pure T13 than using T14 mixed with T13. And you might think that, oh, if I used pure T14, it would be better. Yeah, not quite. I'm just going to heal up so that I have all my troops here. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit it with pure T14 and you can see the difference. Okay. All right, so pure T14. only. All right, let's see what we have. There, 54 million. It's even less than when I added the T13. So that's the tier that I'm going to be using settled. T13 as the main, any balance left, add T14s. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is to put our buffs on. So let's go into the castle. And when I'm doing this, I usually have my shrine buffs done and my active skill for the dragon done. Now, I usually don't put these on just to do world boss. What I usually do is I have these on when I go into BOC. When I'm done with BOC, the buffs are still there, and I just, after BOC, come hit the world boss, and that saves me the trouble of having to put the buffs on again. Now, if you don't have any of the buffs that we're showing, don't worry about it. Just put the ones that you have and go with what you can do. Of course, the next thing that we want to put on, we want to put our march size buffs. Okay? Now, as you can see, I don't have that many high level march size buffs. I usually use medium march size increase. That's the one I use the most when I'm fighting. But for this illustration, I'm going to use a senior march buff. It's not the most economical thing to do because at the level that I'm at, even with the senior march buffs, my placing on the world boss is not going to be high enough, and all I'm going to get back is a medium march size buff. So I'm losing out in that sense. But like I said, I use medium march size more than I do senior. So all in all, I'm okay with it. So let's put the senior buff on. Okay, there we go. Now, when we come to the attack buffs, what you want to use, you don't want to use the regular 1 hour buffs. You want to use the super 10-minute buffs. Those are the ones that give you an additional 50%. And you would typically get these from Alliance rewards in, say, SVS. So we use the 10-minute buffs, put those on. Do the same thing for defense, and the same thing for HP. Okay, so those are the buffs on. The next thing that you want to check, you want to come over here and check your blazons. You want your blazon to be on the presets that you have, or for you to set it for the soul set. That will give you the full monster buffs. That's the buffs, mounted buffs for attacking monsters. So that's the one that you want to have on. Finally, what you want to do, you want to come to your monarch. Okay? Of course, have all your presets for mounted set up there. And you also want to have this one set on march size capacity. Finally, you want to come to your talents. And if you have presets, you want to switch your presets, but make sure that you have the one that has the sub-city attack talent in there. This is the one that we're going to use. We're going to use this because when you have this talent on and you include your sub-cities when you're attacking, it's going to increase your buffs, meaning that you're going to score higher on the world boss. So that's it for the buffs. Let's just heal up. Come here. Okay. And I'm all set to go. So we come to the world boss. Get ready to hit it. All right. Pick my generals. Go down. Look for Yukimura. There he is. Set him. And then I want my subs included. As I said, subs included. Then we come down. Load up with T13 in my case. And then finish off the balance with T14. And we hit it. So, before I check what it is now, let's look at the last one that I did. Yes, this was a Yukimura. So when I did this without any buffs, just with T13s and my assistant general, I scored 62 million. Now, 115 million, almost double. So with that, I get pretty good points on the world boss for my level. Again, I'm not the biggest player on my server, so I don't score high. I usually end up ranked within the top 20. So let's see if my rank is updated and where I'm placing right now. Okay, it hasn't updated yet. But as you can see, I would probably be around 2021, somewhere around there. So that's it. And I hope you found some of the things here helpful. And hopefully it can get you to hit the world boss harder. And you can get some more rewards with that. Thank you very much. Aka signing out.